are driven by the finer things. I see more than materials and wealth. What have you got to give to me? What I don't already give myself. You are driven by the...
Hello, welcome to a brand new episode of Illuminated Disclaimer. My name is Sydney, and today I just wanted to talk about just the realm of trying to understand our mind. Trying to understand how we can change not only the way we look at ourselves, but at the world at large. Now, what I say to a lot of people on a regular basis is, we have two eyes, yeah? And we usually take information in every day. We wake up in the morning, we might see some news, and we might develop our skills from there. But dependent on how we are feeling, we might have more of a tint. And that tint can make us very angry. What I mean by this is, some people might put thoughts into our mind, or alternatively we could put thoughts into our own mind from other people's perspectives, and that allows us to then have a tint over our eyes. If people say things that make us angry, we therefore wake up and we see that everything is more of an angry place as a result. So how do we identify these skills and traits? How can we understand the wants and the needs in our life when it comes to developing ourselves to be better and more happier, positive people? Now, what we have to realize is that negative thoughts are equal to negative outcomes. I had a few people on a training session a few days ago, and we spoke about this more, because what we realize is we do want specific things, but if we don't have full control of our thoughts, feelings and emotions, then it will come out in a desired way. Therefore, we have more of a negative outcome. For example, if you're at home and a family member calls you saying something that's disrespectful or rude, you will therefore view the world as more of an angrier place, and you will react as such. Now, the amount of times when you're probably going to work and you're in a busy commuting train and there's a lot of people around, some people might be talking loud on their phones in an angry way. Some people might be disrespectful by taking up too much of the space, or not even giving you a chair to sit on. Now, a lot of these people are doing something that's called projection. And projection is basically, in layman's terms, us taking out how we're feeling inside by the interactions we have in everyday life. If I get upset by someone and I'm sad, then I'll talk to people and I'll project that sadness onto them. Now, this can be quite damaging to a lot of people, because a lot of people can become more negative unknowingly. And the way we find this out is by non-verbal cues. Now, I would say that as much as up to 93% of our interactions with the world is by non-verbal cues. I could say to you, good morning, but you could look at my hand gestures, you could look at the way I speak to people, and you can assess about how I am feeling in that current moment of time. I might say to you, that cat's so pretty, but you can see the anger in my voice, you can see my hands are quite aggressive, and you could actually tell by my tone of voice that I'm not happy, I'm more angry. As a result, sometimes it doesn't even matter about the way things are said, it's more about how they are said. So when we use that with projection, a lot of people will not only tell us things in a way that can make us feel more negative, we can also be told to stop doing things because of other people's experience of them. For example, if I want to be an accountant, I could speak to someone who was an accountant, who hated the job, and even see the benefits of being an accountant, and and this person could dissuade me from actually being an accountant. Therefore, their projection becomes my reality. And if it's a negative thought that they had while being an accountant, then we get negative outcomes as a result. So, from my personal point of view, I told several people over the last few months certain things that I like to do in order to ensure that I have a certain level of autonomy in my decisions when it comes to living my life. Now, the first thing you need to realize is your thoughts are your thoughts, but other people can give you opinions, but you need to have dominion over what you consider information which is positive and beneficial for you. People will come to you and they'll put their defeatist beliefs, and they'll throw it onto you due to their experiencing. A lot of people are also jealous too. So how do you differentiate? Some people can tell you things considering the fact that they can be helping, but this is all from someone's experience. This is all subjective stuff. Everybody who gives you advice, most of the time it's just their opinion and there's no scientific or factual way beyond it. So you need to identify what is being said to you, yeah? Whether it's good or bad, identify it, and also you can put it into perspective. Once you do these two important things, you start to see the information that is given to you, whether it's good or bad, whether it's helpful or it does quite the opposite. Once you do that, once you put things into perspective in relation to you, then we get to the first step, which is evaluation. Now, you hear lots of information on a daily basis, and from my personal opinion, I don't look at the news too often. I look at the headlines just to make sure that I'm informed about what's going on day to day. But do I read more into it? No. Do I see it for what it is? Yeah, I feel like a lot of it's fear-based to make us in a lower vibration or oscillation, whatever word you want to use. You can use the word frequency. Either way, they're trying to keep us in a state of constant fear. You get the information that is given to you, you put into perspective. A lot of people get stressed over things that they can't control. If you put things into perspective, then you talk more about how this information will change you. Does it affect you directly? No. So why are you letting it affect you like it is affecting you directly? If it's something you can control, can you control it right now? If you can't control it right now, then does it matter? Can it be on the priority list? So just by putting things into perspective, then you can evaluate what is going on with these certain things that you are learning, whether it's by the media, whether it's by other people, or maybe it could just be passers-by or people in a social setting. It could be any type, but as long as you evaluate that it can benefit you, that's when you get to the final step, which is action. Camera, lights, action. You get information bombarded on you on a constant basis. You need to cherry pick which information is the most beneficial for you on the long run. And you need to do it in a way that not only makes you a positive person and makes you have better outcomes as a result, but I would also say that it will be good if you do it with the best interest of everybody around you. If you've got a business plan, make sure that it helps people. If you have a way to get money, make sure that if you do give money, it's going to the right places. That even means if you do give money, you need to make sure that you don't expect that money back. Now, I'm saying this because from a different approach, more of a holistic or spiritual approach, the more people you help, you invoke the law of attraction. I'll be talking more about the law of attraction and how I've used it to have a successful business and to get significant sums of money. And a lot of this money comes through me, but I also give it out to other people because we need to see ourselves as building blocks to a greater good. We need to serve things that are bigger than us. And I attribute a lot to my success to preaching positivity, love, and the law of attraction, amongst other things. But that is another story for another day. So when it comes to projection, make sure that you are aware that you are projecting. Make sure that you are aware if you are angry and the consequences that anger will have on other people around you. I'll be talking more about this in further depth in later episodes. But until then, please like, please comment, please subscribe. And if you have any information, please message me as well. You can follow me on Instagram as well, random.disclaimer. Disclaimer will have 2 eyes at the first set of eyes. Or if not, just send me a comment and I will usually go through my comments and reply accordingly. But thank you so much. This has been a brand new episode of Illuminated Disclaimer. And as always, love yourself and look forward to brighter and better outcomes. Thank you so much for watching.